When troubles come, and my heart bent and weak, then I still waiting in silence until you come and sing the while with me. You raise me up so I can stand the mountain. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. Raise me up to more than I can Raise me up so I can stand the mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can reach. You raise me up so I can stand the mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. Raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me strong when I am on your shoulders. Raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can
Amen. One of our third Fridays of the month. We would love to see them back. Amen. Some of you were fortunate enough to get some handouts on these two young men. I believe that they're here and they're students at Central Piedmont Community College. Yes, and they're studying classical music. Yes, praise the Lord. And I believe they're here with Sister Ellen, who is also a vendor downstairs. To God be the glory at Friendship Missionary Baptist Church. Praise God. So thank you. So now the moment that we've all been waiting for, the play, Crowns for the Queen.
When I was a little girl here in Charlotte, I always thought that hats had a plan. All of the women at Little Rock Church wore hats. Big women wore hats with big crowns and brims. Little women, they did not, because they were pillbox hats. I would always say, I'm going to go sit with my mother so I can see the hats express themselves. Oh well, on a Sunday morning, if the hats like what the preacher preached, you would see the heads bob. Yes, sir. If the hats like the music, you would just see them, oh, they couldn't stop. If the hats thought that you were too loud, the hats would storm out and they look at you. And you know what you would do? You would be quiet. You would go and sit down.
Never touch my hat. When I go shopping for a hat, I look for a hat with a lot of things on it. And they have to be just right. Because I'm a hat queen. All right. I'm a hat queen. And when I look for a hat, I look for something that jumps out. Because, you know, things that jump out, they look good. And when you walk into the church and it jumps out at the people when you enter a room, that's what I call a hit you hat. It hits you and it knocks you back. So, you know, talking about church, you know, church people love to hug. You know, and it's like, so, what you do is you try to teach people how to hug a person with a hat. You know, because I'm a lady, and I wear hats. I don't knock the hat. I kind of get up. So, you know, through my life, I've learned how to keep my hat on my head. I tell them, don't touch the hat, don't knock the hat, and most of all, don't hug the hat. So, those are hat queen rules. Don't forget.
Don't go to that.
I ask the Lord to comfort me when things weren't going my way. He said to me, I will comfort you and lift your cares away. I thank the Lord for everything, and I count my blessings each day. He came to me when I needed him. I only had to pray, and he'll come to you if you ask him to. He's only a prayer away. I thank the Lord for everything. He came to me when I needed him. I only had to pray, and he'll come to you if you ask him to. He's
hat. You bought the glove. You bought the shoe. And what are gloves, shoes, and a hat? Not right there. Problem with that was that shoes would wear out. And you were stuck with a hat, a bag, and gloves, and no shoes. Well, as you know, can't do that. So then we had to just go and buy some new hats. But we've changed some things. Success now for women means just about anything you like. Now don't fool yourself. I wear my hats. They don't wear me. Just to prove that this is my new hat. And it accompanies my 800 Suzuki Cruiser. 60 looks different these days.
All I can say on Sunday morning when I see a Zion diva coming to the rock. As for me, I'm a young lady. It's not my time, but today I want to give my tribute to Miss Ruby. Thank you for allowing me to wear a hat. Young women, we just like our newbies, our hair straight and flowy, and we appreciate all the love. Thank you.
Good evening. Are you enjoying yourself? You know, when I get dressed on Sunday morning, I have to look my very best because I'm going to meet the king. You know, I'm always shopping for hats. And when I saw this hat, I thought, I'm taking it home with me. So here it is. You know, a lot of women tell me that they can't wear hats. Their head's too big, or they're too small. And I say to them, you can wear a hat. You just have to get the right one. That's it. Right? Amen. Yes. Now, I love hats. And I could wear them every day. And I find that a lot of women don't know how to wear a hat. When you have a hat and you get ready to put it on, you have to go to a mirror and look in the mirror. And you turn it this way and that way. Sometimes I'll even wear the back in the front or the front in the back. It all depends on how I feel. And usually, when I finish, it's usually to the side. And when I like what I see, then I'm ready to go out.
It's just a affair. But it's also a social affair as well. We put some serious thought into what we're going to wear on Sunday morning. Look at all those fancy hats. Don't you love it? African American women, we dress to the nine to go to church on Sunday morning. Yes. More than other women do. Why, you ask? It's a part of our heritage. Our African ancestors always decorated themselves with some kind of headdress. Slave women wore bandanas to keep the dust out of their hair. But they also
those bandanas up with wildflowers. So if you had something you want to show off, you wear it to church. Because that's what African women, that's what slaves did. That's the only way we were allowed to congregate at church. So with our fancy hats on, we go to church singing, "Come by here."
know we can't get out of the store until I go through the hat department. So when I walked through the hat department, this hat struck my eye. My mother had a hat just like this. She had a hat just like this. And I have a portrait of my mother and the four of us. Well, they had 4 girls and 4 of us. I'm the only one there. My sister who passed recently was a baby. She was sitting on mother's lap with a bonnet on. And my sister Doris and I on either side of mother. And my older sister Lucy was kind of kneeling down in front of her. All of us had a hat like that. I said, I got to tell that story. In the wintertime, we wore these kind of hats. Children and everybody. In the summertime, kids wore what we call bowlers. They would have the hat. My hats turned up, the string was on them down the back. The little girls wore them. They wore their hats, their gloves, and everything as they were coming along. They didn't come to church without hats on. And then when Reverend Colbert came here, our pastor, everybody who participated in the morning service wore a hat. The deaconess, of course, the ushers, the choir, everybody who was affiliated in the morning service that anyway at all had to wear a hat. And so that kind of brought hats back to the congregation. Women started wearing hats again. So there are a lot of stories about hats. I love hats. I have hats that I've had for 50 years. 50 years to a man, I'm still wearing. I wear them to church once a month or so. So I think my mother wore hats, and I think I have.